Hey everyone, it's Caitlin and welcome to another video. This video is going to be another Chats with Caitlin, or formerly a breakfast chat, but then I stopped eating food. But yeah, if it's going to be already messing up. It's going to be like a longer format sort of conversational video. So if that's your thing, stick around. If you want to grab food and just chill with me, I'm going to be drinking some kombucha. Last time I drank tea, and technically kombucha is just fermented tea. But this is the Health Aid Cayenne Cleanse. I've really been loving Health Aid recently, and I like this one because it's spicy. But if you don't like spicy things, I wouldn't recommend it. But yeah, we're just gonna chill, chat, and then as always, you guys can share your comments and opinions in a polite way in the discussion below so we can all sort of chat with each other within this community. So yeah. Okay, so also, I have a favor to ask you because this is how I was gonna start out. If you guys have topic suggestions for future videos, please let me know in the comments below, because I was going to say I was thinking about a topic for this video and I wasn't really sure what to talk about. Also, I could just do like general chit-chatty videos without a specific theme if you guys are interested in that, but this video does have a theme because I asked you guys on Instagram if you had any suggestions and I got a few different ones, but today I decided to talk about makeup. And that might be strange for some of you guys because if you watch my videos ever, you'll know that I really don't wear that much makeup. I will say I am wearing makeup now. Don't look too close because it's probably really bad because I haven't really worn it in a while. But yeah, so I wanted to sort of talk about my experience with makeup and my thoughts about makeup, and maybe some of those thoughts would resonate with you guys. So I guess we'll start with my makeup story. So dramatic, right? Not really. So growing up as a kid, I grew up in a pretty like conservative family. Not that makeup is not a conservative thing, but my mom didn't really wear makeup and none of my friends really wore makeup either. I think the first time I wore makeup other than for like a dance recital when I was like under 10 years old was for my 8th grade graduation, and some girls in my class probably did wear makeup at that point to school, but I never really had a desire to, but I wanted to be like pretty for my 8th grade graduation or whatever. So I remember going to the drugstore and my dress was blue, so I thought it would be great to buy some blue eyeshadow. So I wore blue eyeshadow and very good. I'm pretty sure that's one of those things you're like not supposed to do, right? But anyways, so I basically started out pretty oblivious to makeup. I was never really a girly girl growing up, I would say. I played a lot of sports, and like I said, no one in my family really wore that much makeup, so it just wasn't really something I thought about. And then when I went to high school, I noticed that there were more girls who wore makeup, but during my first few years, pretty much all of high school, but especially the first 2 years of high school, I don't think I really wore it too much either, just because I did more sports. In high school, I did soccer and cross country, and you know, maybe I'd wear like mascara, but I definitely didn't do anything too crazy because I was going to be sweating it off later, and I think that looks even more gross, like if you're wearing a white t-shirt and you just have like makeup sweat. I don't know. And also I will say I went to an all-girls high school, so there was definitely a lot less pressure to look presentable, I guess, because we kind of like didn't feel like we had to impress anyone. Obviously if you liked girls, you would have tons of people to impress, but I went to like, it was like a conservative Catholic school, so that wasn't really something that we talked about. But I will say, like, removing boys from the situation, a lot of people just didn't care what they look like, and I think that of that in a positive way. It wasn't like, oh, I'm just gonna like, I don't know, look horrendous. It was more like, oh, I can just focus on my studies and I don't have to like spend an extra 20 minutes every day getting ready for school or whatever. And I was pretty busy in high school. I didn't really have that much extra time to get ready. I think I started wearing makeup to school consistently my senior year of high school, and that was when I got a job at a local restaurant, and it was more of a convenience thing because if I had to work right after school, I didn't feel like taking the time to put on makeup, so I would just put on makeup early in the morning and probably wear like soggy makeup falling off of my face to work. Great. In retrospect, that doesn't sound so smart, but you know. But then in college, I think like when the whole boy situation got introduced, because I had been going to an all-girls school, I think that's when I started to care more about makeup. And that being said, I don't really know if I saw it as like an art form, which now I totally see it as an art form and like an artistic thing to do. But for me, I wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna have fun and like put pretty makeup on. I think I saw it more as, I guess, like a mask to mask things that I was self-conscious about. And I remember when I was going to college, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to be living in a dorm and be surrounded by people who I have to impress every day. I need to get good at makeup. So I remember like my senior year of high school, I think I started to watch more beauty gurus on YouTube. And it's funny, that was kind of my first introduction to YouTube. And now like looking back, seeing where some of those people are now, I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I used to be like obsessed with them when I was a kid, and now they have like millions and millions of subscribers. Like I used to watch Aspen's videos and I'm like, dang girl, you did good for yourself. And it's kind of weird that I'm like on the opposite side of the lens too. But I think that's when I started to care more about makeup, but I never really, my phone just made a weird noise. Oh well. I never really cared, like I was saying, I think I cared more about masking my imperfections. So I liked watching other people do makeup, but I never really like tried to replicate it myself. I wouldn't like watch a tutorial and be like, oh, I'm gonna try that on myself, and I'd be like, oh, that's pretty. I would kind of like appreciate it on that person's body. But once I went to college, that's when I started wearing makeup on an everyday basis. And I will say, you guys might want to take this with a grain of salt, because for me, I don't know, like I'll watch really intense makeup looks and I'll be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna try to do that. Or like when I was in college, I'd be like, I'm gonna wear heavy makeup every day. And honestly, it probably didn't look like I was wearing anything at all. Like I think mentally in my mind, I think I'm putting so much makeup on, and then I look in the mirror and like I personally think it's a lot, but then like a lot of people are like, it doesn't even look like you're wearing makeup. So that being said, I still thought I was wearing makeup, but I started to wear makeup on a daily basis in college just because I think I was like going along with a societal standard where it's like, in order to be a presentable adult-like person, you need to put these products on your skin on a daily basis in order to make yourself look more pretty. And I think this inherently is one of the problems that I have with makeup when people consider it in that way, where it's like, why is the fact that someone can paint a color on their face and like fill in their eyebrows and put a different color on their eyelids, and like because of that they are seen as more professional in society, when in reality it's like we're still the same person and we should be judging each other based off of our intelligence and our worth. And I also just think there's such a double standard where it's like women are required to do this, quote unquote required to do this on a daily basis, but guys don't have to wear makeup. Like, I guess you can grow a beard, like maybe shaving would be an equivalent, like you don't want to have stubble on your face, but I also think that that's a lot more lax than wearing makeup or not wearing makeup. And it's just like women have all of this extra pressure to appear presentable, and yeah, that's one of my things now. But anyways, I'm like zooming in and out and everywhere. But so basically in college, I wore makeup on an everyday basis, and like when I went out to parties, I would wear a little more makeup. It still wasn't anything crazy or extravagant, but I definitely remember saying to myself once I was like deep in that phase, I was like, oh my gosh, I could not imagine ever leaving my dorm room or my house without wearing makeup. Like, who am I? And like, it's funny now because like I hardly wear makeup during the week, and looking back on that, I'm like, girl, you could have saved so much time in the mornings. But it was definitely coming from a place of insecurity where it's like, oh, I look ugly when I don't put eyeliner on my eyes, or I don't look good if I don't add like some bronzer to my face to make it look more contoured. And I kept with that for a while, and I definitely became known, or so when I studied abroad in Argentina, I became known for doing the more like cat eye look, because guys, I used to do that every single day, and I still like it. And like if I'm dressing up and doing something fancy, I'll do it now. I have no problem doing it. But I just remember in like my study abroad like group, I became known as the girl who like had the cat eye, also because that style of makeup wasn't like that in anymore, especially in Argentina. So I guess I sort of stood out more. So I kind of felt like I was identified by my makeup because of that. And I do remember like some days when I was studying abroad, I was like, man, I don't really feel like doing that today. Like, I don't know, but I felt like I had to, because then people would be like, Caitlin, where are your cat eyes? But yeah, studying abroad changed my life in a number of ways. And I think while I was studying abroad, that's when I started to realize like the relationship that I had with makeup. And then when I came back from studying abroad, I kind of had like some off time, like a summer vacation in between when school was going to start again. And I think I just pretty much stopped wearing makeup then. Like before, even on the weekends, if I was staying in at home, I would put makeup on, and then I just realized there are more important things in life. When I studied abroad, I can definitely talk about that in a future video if you guys are interested, but I just kind of stopped wearing it because I think I realized that I wasn't using it as like a tool to make myself feel more beautiful. I think I was using it as a crutch instead. So instead of being like, I love my eyes, so I'm going to accentuate them using some makeup, I was like, my eyes look so tiny, I have to put makeup on them in order to make them look better. And I think that is the big difference in using makeup, and like what is acceptable and what is when you shouldn't be using makeup. You know what I mean? Because I totally respect makeup. I think it is a form of art. Like me personally, I try to use more non-toxic or natural forms of makeup, and obviously I'm not going to use a makeup brand or product that was tested on animals, because as a vegan, you know, that's just not my thing. But I think it's awesome when people are into makeup, and there are so many beauty gurus who do things, and I watch that and I'm like, if I tried that, no, it would be horrible. But yeah, so I kind of stuck with the just like not wearing makeup / not caring. Probably started more, I guess, my senior year of college. What is it called? Senioritis. I just stopped caring about school, stopped caring about my appearance. No, I still did well in school. But I think I just kind of got tired of it and saw it as bothersome, and I'm like, hey, if I can sleep in for an extra 20 minutes and not do my makeup and just like throw some mascara on, that sounds good to me. So I kind of just stopped wearing makeup. Like if I was going out to a social situation or something, I would put it on, but I didn't wear as much on a daily basis. I still wore some like mascara and filled in my eyebrows because I really like nicely defined eyebrows. Okay, it's like one of my weird things. But in general, I kind of didn't really wear as much makeup. And then as the years went on after college, well, it's only been like 2 years, I feel like I've just slowly started to wear less and less. And now, especially because I work at home, and it's like I literally don't care, and it's just so much easier, and I feel like my skin can breathe when I don't wear makeup. So on a daily basis, I usually just wear, like, I fill in my eyebrows and I wear mascara, and sometimes I'll like highlight my inner corner, but that's it. Like I hardly ever wear foundation. When I'm filming videos, sometimes I'll put it on just because I do think like camera and lighting wise it looks better if you're wearing makeup. But recently, this is where it comes full circle, I've kind of been toying with the idea of wearing more makeup, and I don't not wear makeup as a form of protest, even though before I mentioned like how it kind of frustrates me how society like dictates that in order to be a well-presented woman, I have to put some paint on my face. At the same time, I think that if someone enjoys wearing makeup, go for it. It's just, for me, it's always been a sort of convenience thing, and because it wasn't convenient for me and it just wasn't something that I felt like spending time doing, I didn't do it. But yeah, I think that's kind of where I'm getting stuck, because like, as you guys know, I usually don't wear that much makeup, but I'm not saying that I'm going to come on like full on makeup face now, like for my video intros. But at the same time, I feel like if I put more effort into my appearance, it appears more professional for people just at first glance. And I don't know if I want to be like, well, I'm going to challenge that standard and not wear any makeup at all, or just be like, you know, it's just a fact of life. I want to enhance my features and put on makeup. Like, I am wearing makeup now, like I mentioned earlier, and I was just filming some video intros, and I was like, well, I have this on my face, might as well film this talk, be that ironic or not. But I'm curious on your guys' thoughts. Like, do you guys wear makeup? Do you wear it or not wear it for a specific reason? Yeah, honestly, I just think like, if it makes you happy and you're doing it because you love yourself, then that is a perfect reason to wear makeup. Like, you don't have to wear makeup in order to impress other people. Like, if I was sitting and I was like, you know, I want to experiment with some makeup today, and I put it on and I had no plans to leave the house, that is also totally okay. It's just, for me, makeup isn't something that I am particularly passionate about. Like, if I'm feeling inspired, I'm like, oh, let's go to the kitchen, I'm gonna cook some food, because we're all different and we all have different things that we love. But then there's that like catch-22 where it's like, I don't feel like I should have to wear makeup in order to be accepted by society. However, will I be more accepted by society if I do wear makeup? Does that make sense? Am I making sense? But yeah, overall, those are my thoughts on makeup. Oh, and also let me know genuinely in the comments below if you guys can even tell that I'm wearing makeup. I'm like looking in the viewfinder right now, and like, maybe it doesn't look like I'm wearing any. I thought, see, I put it on and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm wearing a lot of makeup, and then it probably doesn't. Whatever, you know, I'm just doing me and I'm happy with what I'm doing. But that is it for this talk. I think those are all of my thoughts, but like I said, I would be totally interested in hearing your thoughts. So thank you guys for tuning into this video. Don't forget to let me know what you want to talk about next. Oh, other requests were like self-love. I'd also like to do something about studying abroad and like maybe different events that impacted my life, or maybe reading suggestions or podcast suggestions, or we can just do a Q&A or whatever. Really, let me know and I'll do my best to do it. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to you later. Bye!